The Haunted Honeymoon, a tale of love, ambition, and sacrifice. In the heart of a peaceful village in California, there lived a boy named Bobby. He came from a modest family. His parents were hardworking farmers who barely made enough to meet ends. But what Bobby lacked in luxury, he made up for with an unshakable spirit and a burning ambition. From a very young age, he dreamed of achieving something big, of rising beyond the narrow lanes of his village. When Bobby completed his 8th grade at the age of 13, his father made a difficult decision. Despite their limited income, he sent Bobby to a prestigious private school in the city, believing that education was the only way to change his son's future. Bobby was nervous but excited. He boarded a bus with a small bag and big dreams, unaware that this decision would shape not only his future but also his destiny. The new world. Bobby's new school was a far cry from the one-room classroom back in his village. It had modern facilities, students from wealthy families, and a strict schedule from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. On his first day, he was introduced to the class by his teacher, and that's when he met Katherine, a confident, intelligent girl with hazel eyes and an infectious laugh. Katherine was assigned to help Bobby adjust. At first, Bobby was shy around her. She seemed to come from a different world, one filled with art galleries, piano lessons, and vacation homes. But instead of being arrogant, Katherine was kind and curious about Bobby's life in the village. They began sharing stories, her tales of city life, his of stars over wheat fields, and slowly, something deeper began to grow between them. Young love and big dreams. Days turned into months, and their friendship blossomed into young love. They studied together, competed in school events, and even sneaked out for street food after exams. Bobby was driven. He wanted to become a businessman, someone who could change the world and give his family a better life. With Katherine's encouragement, Bobby started reading business books and attending online workshops. His room turned into a mini startup headquarters. He sold handmade bookmarks at school, developed a tutoring app, and even helped organize school events for a fee. His mind was always buzzing with ideas. Katherine had dreams too. She wanted to be a journalist, travel the world, uncover hidden stories, and fight injustice. They often stayed up late on video calls, dreaming about the future, imagining a life built together from the ground up. The rise. By the time they graduated high school, Bobby had already launched a small edtech startup that caught the attention of a venture capitalist. His app helped underprivileged students get free tutoring through volunteers. It went viral. He was just 18 when he appeared on the cover of a youth entrepreneurship magazine, and investors started pouring in. Katherine, meanwhile, won the National Journalism Award for a powerful article exposing corruption in a local agency. They both got into top colleges and moved in together during their second year. Life was perfect? They graduated with honors, traveled across Europe, and eventually got married in a small, intimate ceremony in the hills of Oregon. Just them, their parents, and a handful of close friends. The honeymoon plan. After the wedding, they wanted something different for their honeymoon. No beach resorts or luxury cruises. Katherine suggested India. Its vibrant culture, rich history, and mystical landscapes fascinated her. After a week in Delhi and Jaipur, they stumbled upon a blog post about Kuldhara, a haunted village in Rajasthan with a dark past. According to legend, the entire population of the village vanished overnight 200 years ago, leaving behind cursed ruins. No one who tried to stay there after sunset had ever returned sane. This sounds like the perfect story, Katherine laughed. Bobby was hesitant but agreed. Only during the day, he warned. But fate had other plans. The Curse of Kuldhara. After a week of cultural exploration in India, visiting forts, tasting street food, and marveling at majestic palaces, Bobby and Katherine craved something different. One evening, while sipping chai at a Jaipur cafe, Katherine stumbled upon a local blog titled Whispers from the Desert, The Haunting of Kuldhara. The article described a ghost town where an entire village disappeared overnight in the 1800s, leaving behind a silence that screamed. Locals believed the land was cursed. Anyone who dared stay after sunset would either lose their sanity or never return. "Sounds like the plot of a horror movie," Bobby joked. "Or the perfect story," Katherine grinned, her journalist instinct taking over. "We'll go. Just for a couple of hours. Imagine the content." They rented a jeep and drove through the sun-scorched Thar desert. As they neared Kuldhara, the air grew unusually still. No birds. No rustling wind. Just silence. The gate bore a chilling inscription in Hindi. "Jo yahan tikta hai, wo out kar kabhi nahi hata." Those who stay here never return. Strange incidents begin. As they explored the ruins, the village revealed its eerie beauty: crumbling sandstone houses, dried-up wells, half-buried doorways. Katherine took pictures while Bobby sketched some carvings he found on a pillar, symbols that looked like eyes watching in every direction. Around 4 p.m., strange things began to happen. First incident was the whispering wind. While standing near the old temple, Katherine heard faint whispering. She thought it was Bobby, but when she turned, he was a good 30 feet away, staring at a broken statue. The whispering stopped the moment she acknowledged it. Second incident was the boy in the alley. Bobby saw a young boy, no older than 10, standing at the edge of an alley, staring blankly. When Bobby approached, the boy vanished, leaving only child-sized footprints in the sand that stopped midway, as if the boy had dissolved into the air. The disappearing light. As the sun began to set, they lit a lantern, but the flame flickered unnaturally. When Katherine held it near the ruins, it blew out, despite there being no wind. "We should go," Bobby said. "One more photo," Katherine insisted, moving toward the chieftain's collapsed mansion. That's when the real nightmare began. The mansion of the forgotten. The air turned cold. The sand beneath their feet felt soft, like ash. Inside the mansion, it was pitch dark despite the fading daylight. Bobby turned on his flashlight. Carvings lined the walls, symbols of eyes, hands, screaming faces, and a tall figure with elongated arms drawn over and over again. In the center of the room stood an altar made of stone, stained dark. Katherine approached a shattered mirror hanging sideways. For a second, she saw a third reflection behind them, a tall, black figure with no face. Suddenly, a piercing scream tore through the silence. Katherine dropped to the ground, unconscious. The shadows bargained. Bobby shook her, yelling her name, but she wouldn't wake. That's when he saw it. In the doorway stood a figure, tall, skeletal, and cloaked in tattered black robes. Its eyes glowed faint red like dying embers. It didn't walk, it hovered. "You have entered the sacred ground of the cursed," it hissed. "One must stay. The balance must be kept." "Take me. Let her go," Bobby pleaded. Love cannot erase the curse. But love can feed it. As the spirit approached Katherine, Bobby threw himself between them. "You said one must stay. Let it be me. You choose death for love? I choose her life over mine." The spirit paused. The wind howled. The sand inside the room began to swirl like a tornado. Bobby felt something cold and ancient wrap around his chest. "The ultimate sacrifice. You may not die, boy," the spirit whispered. "You will become one of us, a shadow bound to this place for eternity." Bobby nodded, tears in his eyes. Katherine woke up, coughing. Bobby helped her up, but didn't say a word. He led her outside as the first rays of dawn lit the desert. Then, he stopped. "Keep walking," he said gently. Katherine turned, confused. "Bobby? I have to stay." "What are you talking about?" Before she could rush back, the wind slammed the gate shut between them. Bobby stood behind the rusted bars, a peaceful smile on his face. "I love you. Don't come back." Then he vanished. No scream. No explosion. Just silence.